Welcome to Namli's Maximizing the Member Experience segment. My name is Sumit Seth, and I'm the co founder of Namli. Today, I want to demystify this concept of member experience and share what it really means through this wonderful story that I read way back when I was in school. So, the story goes that there was a king who had a little daughter who falls seriously ill, and the king promises her anything that her heart desires. To which the princess said, "If I can have the moon, I will be well again." So the king summons his Lord High Chamberlain and demands that he gets the moon. The Lord makes a whimsical speech, which ends in him stating that he can't get the moon, for it's twice the size of the palace and about 35,000 miles away and made of copper. The king then calls the royal wizard, followed by the royal mathematician, both of whom don't do any better in satisfying the king's demand. The royal wizard says it's 150,000 miles away, and the mathematician says it's 300,000 miles away, and no one can get the moon. Dejected, the king calls for the court jester, shares his troubles, stating that every time he asked his wise men to get the moon, it got larger and further away, and asks him to just play a sad tune on his lute. The court jester cleverly suggests to the king that why don't we ask the princess about the moon? And then the court jester goes into the little girl's room. "Have you brought the moon to me?" asks the princess. "Not yet," admits the jester, "but I will get it for you." He then asks the little girl how big she thinks the moon is and how far away. "It's just a little smaller than my thumbnail, for when I hold my thumbnail up at the moon, it just covers it." She adds that the moon is not as high as the big tree outside my window, since it gets caught in the top branches. The court jester says, "I will climb the tree tonight when it gets caught in the top branches and bring it to you." And as he was walking out the door, he turned around and asked the little girl, "By the way, what is it made of?" And she replies, "It's made of gold." "Of course, silly." The court jester then gets the royal goldsmith to make a tiny round golden moon, just a little smaller than Prince's thumbnail. The court jester takes this moon to the princess, who is overjoyed. The king is happy, and the next day she is well again. The purpose behind sharing this story is that we should act like the court jester and realize that the princess, which represents our members, have a certain perception of the moon, the experience. And if we just take the time to understand and get to know our members better and at a deeper personal level, only then we would be able to fulfill those very desires. For it doesn't matter what we think. What matters is what our members think and feel. And the way to get to know their desires, their need, their goals is to dig deeper and ask them questions that takes us away from the superficial surface level of needs they shared. Like, I want to lose weight. Some of my favorite tactical questions that you could ask after you get to know your members a little bit better is, what do you want to accomplish? And why is that important? Why does that matter now? And what they like and dislike about their past experiences. Once you know the responses to those questions, you can then customize your whole approach, keeping those very questions in mind. That's it for today. My name is Sumit Seth, co-founder of Namli. For more info, please check out namli.com. You can schedule a demo to get a feel for what it's about and how we can help in elevating your member experience.